I was looking in the wrong section. Welcome, everybody. My name is Christian, and I'm here with my brother Nick. And yesterday we watched Independence Day in Resurgence.
Resurgence, yes.
Yeah, I know. It's like a completely forgettable subtitle, but Independence Day 2. And I went into, after seeing the reviews, that it was mixed at best and it was just dumb fun. And I agree, it was dumb fun, but I overall enjoyed it.
And dumb fun is still fun.
I would say it actually makes more sense than the first one, because it's not like, oh, we're going to do a computer virus and we're just going to, like, the computer virus thing made no sense of, like, how you could do that with a complete alien technology, but...
apparently the aliens are a big fan of binary software.
So they had two plans in this... Yeah, they roughly had two plans in this movie, and they both made way more sense. And also in the first movie, it's like, we're going to fly a bunch of ships at it, and then we're going to fire missiles at it. And then, they were surprised that it had the shield. You would think that they would do some long-range missiles first to see if it has shields, but... So that's the first movie. This one makes more sense than and it also is an interesting continuation of a split in the timeline of the invasion in 1996 happened, they won, and then what would it be like after 20 years of adopting their technology and preparing for a possible second wave attack. And they did a lot of stuff that made sense. They had the satellite network, they had ground bases. I would actually think that there would probably be more things on the moon than just the one if they had all those in satellite.
Well, I mean, Chris, this was over the course of 20 years.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, I think it, well, I don't know. But it was interesting. I enjoyed it. There were definitely a lot of conveniences that there always are in action movies.
Contrived conveniences.
Definitely plot points that were written just so that they, like, it happened because it was written to happen. But
because the thing is, this movie, it wouldn't have benefited it if it was trimmed down by at least 30 minutes. There were a lot of scenes that were utterly pointless.
Yeah, there was just one scene where it looks like they succeeded, but of course they didn't. And if the movie had just ended right there, and all those extended set pieces, or the bus of school children and stuff like that.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
I don't know. But there were some interesting concepts to it, and they really did try to have it make a little bit more sense than the last time, even though you still got to turn your brain off a little bit. But overall, I enjoyed it. We all know there's a third one, and they actually set it up for a third one pretty well in a believable fashion of just the next continuation that this will go on. So I would say go out and see it. I promise I'm not being paid by MoviePass. I wish I was, but if you had MoviePass, go out and see it. It doesn't cost you anything.
Although I do find it a little bit strange that the aliens' method of destroying the Earth is the same method that Lord Dominator uses in that cartoon Wander Over Yonder.
Well, if they go after the core, which actually kind of makes sense in a few ways, because the core is molten iron as well as a bunch of other metals. That's something that a giant spacefaring race would want. The amount of iron in the crust is minuscule compared to what is in the core, and it's already, molten. You can do whatever you want with it. It would be kind of interesting if they explained that whenever they tap into the core of a planet, they actually build a second harvester from it, or at least another one of ships.
Or make it even more ridiculously huge.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? That could actually be one of the methods too. But it was interesting. There was definitely destruction porn just for the sake of destruction porn.
I mean, you got the world's largest tower being hoisted up in the air and dropped in London.
Yeah, which
admittedly looked pretty amazing.
I like the introduction of a additional alien race. Especially the fact that they are sentient machines, they got rid of their bodies. That's actually kind of makes sense. If you have a race that's already really old. That's kind of an interesting logical progression that you would do. So the fact that these aliens that are very parasitic in nature have a competition, and this alien before species get wiped out, they try to grab a few of them and take them to this place that they're building up their own army in order to fight them. And of course, at the end of this movie, they're like, oh, they can teach us how to do space travel, so now we're going to take the fight to them. Which makes sense, because like the Earth got its ass kicked pretty hard, even though they won. There's no way that they could do that a second time with the amount of destruction and military forces that all got wiped out. So it makes sense to build a few Enterprise or Apollo class and like reenact the Goa'uld War from Stargate. Like, it'll be interesting, but I suspect in the next movie they're going to build, 4 or 5 capital ships, a bunch of fighters,
and then they're all going to be destroyed because this franchise runs on disaster porn.
Actually, this is what I want them to do. I want them to build a few capital ships, a bunch of fighters, and then they do what the other alien was doing, and they go to other planets and warn them when they're on their way, and they help them fight back against them. And at the same time as they're being bogged down with these multiple planets that are resisting them, then there's like some strike force of like that sanctuary planet going after some key important thing. And obviously you could call it Independence Day revolutions, but it would make, it actually would fit with the theme pretty well. And in order to have the big massive destruction, what they would do is they would show them failing on at least one of these other alien planets and then everything getting wiped out. That's how you could get your quota of destruction. But you could also have really amazing space battles as well. Or maybe even the sanctuary planet getting defeated, but you also defeat the aliens. But I'm actually looking forward to the next movie now, because they're going to take it out into space. This was actually better. It felt very Starship Trooper-y, and I actually liked it better than that.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, so like if you like Starship Troopers, you will like this movie.
Except without the political message.
Yeah. All right, so that's all. Have fun editing.